Good morning, Krister. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Gents, if you are still in the room with me, let me just check. Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go down to the live on air room if you guys want to join me. Okay. A couple of guys are sitting here in Discord. Morning, David. Right, so there we go. Set. I had a crash to desktop a few minutes ago, so I had to start everything from scratch again. So the packs are still loading now. My art controls got modified with a weather update, and then boom, X-Plane just crashed. And for those of you wondering, I'm using Active Sky XP. Right, morning, Alex there. So, oh, you know what? I don't know whether I've got it in hybrid mode, where I've got it. Let me actually have a look. I don't want it in any other mode. It needs to be hybrid mode. Options. Yeah, there we go. Apply. Oh, please just don't crash now. There we go. So it will run departure and approach phases. Let me see. I haven't used this thing in such a while. Yeah, okay, cool. Exactly as I remembered it. Yeah, so I'm going to use the hybrid mode. It is active. So anything under like 10,000 feet is going to be active sky, and everything above 10,000 feet will be X-Plane real weather. There we go. Morning, Tommy. Good morning. I suppose I better connect to Iveo. Let's see who's who and where in the zoo. I never filed my plan. That's interesting. Let me file my plan quick. Zero. Load of ticks. And now it's taken the flight plan. Right, so we are taking off 23 left, which is that one over there. So we're going to cross, go there, down there, out there. Oh, goodness, Tommy. I had that once in my life. It is absolutely terrible. I hope she gets better soon, man. I hope they can help her out a little bit. That is probably one of the most stupidest things that you can ever experience in your life. I tell you, it hurts. It is just uncomfortable. Good morning, Joe. Welcome. Nice to see you, yeah? Just hope this thing doesn't bomb me again. Ugh. We have a tower. Never knew that. The pens and the whiteboard. Right, flight plans, everything. Where are we? Tower, good morning, Skymatix 001, gate 54, Bravo 738, requesting IFR clearance as filed.
Two stations there, and no problem, Corporal. Skymatix 001, you're cleared, destination Copenhagen, 41 Yankee departure, score, score 1466.
Clear to destination Copenhagen on the Poly 1 Yankee departure and squawk 1466, Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, correct.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Tower, Skymatix 356, ready for push and start.
Skymatix 356, push start approved at South QH 1015.
Push and start approved, face south, QNH 1015, Skymatix 356.
On Skymatix 04, we are ready for taxi, sir.
Skymatix 04, taxi Holland Point, Hotel 1 via Hotel.
Hotel 1 via hotel.
Trim up.
In Manchester Tower, good morning, Skymatix 052 at gate 50, requesting clearance as filed to Copenhagen and information Bravo on board.
Skymatix 05, information Bravo correct, you clear Copenhagen, Hotel 1 Yankee, score 1423.
Cleared to Copenhagen is filed the Poly 1 Yankee departure and
Before start procedure.
1423, Skymatix 052.
Skymatix 05,
Before
correct.
start procedure. Before start procedure complete.
Thank
Ready
you,
for
Linda.
before start checklist.
Skymatix 04 at Hotel 1, cross runway 23, continue taxi Victor, hold Tango 1.
At Hotel 1, cross runway 23 right, Victor, and hold at Tango 1, Skymatix 04.
In Tower, Skymatix 052, ready for push and start.
Skymatix 052, push and start approved, face west, QNH 1015.
Push and start approved, face west, QNH 1015,
There's our lift.
Skymatix 052.
Tower, Skymatix 001, ready for push and start.
Skymatix 01, push and start approved, face west, QNH 1015.
Okay, so push and start approved facing west and push and start approved, Skymatix 001. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
David.
Tower, Skymatix 356, ready for taxi.
Skymatix 356, taxi Holland Point, Papa 1 via Papa.
Taxi, holding point Papa 1 via Papa, Skymatix 356.
25 N2.
And the fuel goes in.
Victor Alpha 1, wind 311 knots, runway 23, left, clear for takeoff.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Skymatix 08, stand date. Push to start blue face south, QNX 1015.
This is start approved, face south 1015,
Please refer to safety instruction card to locate your nearest exit.
25 N2.
And fill in.
Location is now complete. Please set the parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tail. Please stand by.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Skymatix 04, line and wait, runway 23 left.
Line up and wait, 23 left, Skymatix 04.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
Morning, Vaughan. All good, thanks. How are you doing? Before taxi procedure.
Has been disconnected and
Before
taxi
taxi
has been removed.
procedure.
The signal will be on the right. Have a safe flight. See you after. Bye-bye.
Square 47 Airborne, thank you for your service, Unicom 1220 from 8, have a good day.
Before taxi procedure complete.
And Tower Skymatix 052 ready for taxi.
I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Skymatix 052, taxi Juliet taxi Juliet hold Juliet 4.
Taxi Juliet, hold Juliet 4, Skymatix 052.
Skymatix 356 at Papa 1 cross runway 23, continue taxi Victor, hold Victor Charlie 1.
At Papa 1, cross runway 23, continue taxi, onto Victor, hold Victor Charlie 1, Skymatix 356.
001, ready for taxi.
Zero 001, taxi Holden Point Hotel via Juliet. Correction, Hotel 1 via Juliet.
Hotel 1 via Juliet, Skymatix 001. Juliet is that one. Yeah. Well, you know what? I can just go around there. I'm not going to be fussy. Let's just do it. We'll just use Golf 1 instead of Golf 4. If I read the chart correct. So we go to Juliet next. It's Golf 2.
Taxi lights on.
Yeah, I misread it. That actually is Juliet, not the intersection, but okay. Alright, taxi lights on. He says Hotel 1. That's Hotel 1.
Skymatix 052, thank you. You can continue taxi called Foxtrot 1.
Literally on
I
Hotel.
continue taxiing, hold Foxtrot 1,
Yes.
Skymatix 052.
Here's Hotel 1.
Skymatix 047, by the way, set the first 3-1 division.
Before takeoff procedure.
3 left to take off.
Before takeoff
Thank you,
procedure.
Skymatix 04.
Before takeoff procedure
Skymatix
complete.
001 at Hotel 1, cross
Ready for
runway
before
23 right,
takeoff
continue
checklist.
taxi, hold Victor 1.
Continue taxi, and we'll hold at Victor 1, Skymatix 001.
Approaching 2, 3, right.
Skymatix 04 and pushing over the rate, see if it all my Unicom 1 to decimal it.
122 decimal 8 for Skymatix 04, thank you for the coverage, sir, bye bye.
Skymatix 049, your instructions were in text. Could you please look to be using text? Skymatix 049, new instructions, cross runway 23 left, hold Victor Zulu 1.
Skymatix 356, ready for departure.
Skymatix 356, expect release in 1 minute due to separation. Skymatix 356, lane with runway 23 left.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Skymatix 356.
Skymatix 356, no problem, line with runway 23 left.
Line up runway 23 left, Skymatix 356.
I was Skymatix 049, holding short at Foxtrot 1, Skymatix 049.
Skymatix 049, I gave you instructions a few minutes ago, but at Foxtrot 1, cross runway 23 left, hold Foxtrot Zulu 1. Skymatix 001, sorry about the wait, continue taxi Victor, hold Victor Charlie 1. Station call static only.
Apologies, Skymatix 001. We'll continue to Victor Charlie, Skymatix 001.
Thank you. Skymatix 356, everything that's 310, reach at 1 thing, that's runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
Skymatix 356, cleared for takeoff.
Swim and climb. I'm part of the development team of this aircraft, so part of my responsibility is also to obviously test it. Okay, that's why I got my badge on the EFB here.
Papa 1 via Papa.
Take your seats, prepare for
I do
takeoff.
fly other aircraft sometime, but it's very few and far between.
Papa to holding point Papa 1, Skymatix 008.
Skymatix 49, thank you, continue taxi Victor, hold Victor Delta 1.
Yeah, it's making me taxi far. Victor Charlie. Yeah, that sounds about right. think it's a bit longer now, Alex. You can actually check when last I flew something like BMDG or something. It's on the channel, you can search it. It's a long time. But here's Victor Charlie. Yeah, definitely. People don't come and watch. I get maybe 2 or 3 views live, you know. People are not interested in seeing anything other than the Zibo we work on.
Skymatix 052 at Foxtrot 1, cross runway 23 right, continue taxi via Victor, hold Tango 1.
That's it. We do our best. Zibo and Twixter are our heroes.
Continue via Foxtrot, cross runway 23 left, and then the Tango 1 hold Victor, Skymatix 052.
Skymatix 052 nearly, it's taxi Victor, hold Tango 1.
Apologies, taxi Victor, hold Tango 1, Skymatix 052.
Skymatix 356 and pointing over the right, they don't want to Unicom 1 2 decimal 8, bye.
Thank you very much. Unicom 122 decimal 8. Thank you for the service. Goodbye. Skymatix 356.
Skymatix 001, line up and wait, runway 23 left.
Line up and wait, 23 left, Skymatix 001. Correct, Alex. Victism has been instrumental. It's like Sasso and these other pilots. I mean, they've been involved with the project for years, giving input, making sure Zibo and the team do things proper.
On runway 23 left, on runway 23
Skymatix 001, the citizens are 310s at 1, 2 knots runway 23 left to clear for takeoff.
Yes, I cleared for takeoff, 23 left, Skymatix 001.
Stabilized. Takeoff thrust set.
Bravo, Skymatix 049, holding short at Victor Delta 1, Skymatix 049.
049, thank you, line up and wait, runway 23 left.
Skymatix 049, please stay again.
Line up and wait, runway 23 left.
Line and wait, runway 23 left, Skymatix 049.
That wind just got in underneath that wing.
Caution 1 intersection departure headed to Boeing 737-800.
Line up and wait, and acknowledge the Boeing ahead.
Acceleration altitude.
Skymatix 008, Papa 1, cross runway 23 left, continue taxi Victor, hold Victor Charlie 1.
Crossing runway 23 right, at Papa, continue Victor, hold short, Victor Charlie 1. Am I do it right?
Unicom 122 destinate, bye-bye.
Thank you for your service. Unicom 122 decimal 8, Skymatix 001. That's it. The hybrid one. There's a hybrid setting, and then what happens is ME chooses the correct map for the area automatically, and then you just specify a failover. So my failover is Google one, but I have no idea which one he chose for me, to run the primary one. That's what it looks like. As I'm flying here, I've got Orbx, so I might as well go on leave. And then once we leave the UK, we can remove the tick, and then it will continue downloading the tiles. That's maybe a clever idea. Save some resources if possible.
Approaching transition.
Right, we have altitude restrictions, so we cannot go and press the standard button yet. We have to complete
Flaps up and
the
set.
restrictions on altitudes, not flight levels. Unless we want to bust them, then that's a different story.
Transition altitude.
Yeah, it is. It's very convenient. It's rather easy to set up, if you just continuously read what is given to you. In all the time, I've just now had one guy that did it incorrectly because he didn't read. That happens. No fault of ours. If you just pay attention, it's much easier. It's more intuitive than auto. Right, so we need to just stay here until we're done with all these things. We've got the restriction there, then one there, then Paul Hill is the last one. As we go over Paul's house, he'll release us, I'm sure. Ooh, nice cloud surfing. Yeah, no, I'm glad. Believe it or not, I didn't think it was that necessary, and then Uncle John said, no, you got to do it. Go write it proper. Yeah, shots. Thank you, Krister. There we go. Now we can switch and fly. Oh, these clouds are nice and fluffy today. For those of you that tuned in late, this is active sky that I'm using today in hybrid mode. So anything above 10,000 foot will be explained real weather. Everything below is active sky. Oh, there seems to be a bit of a wind issue there. Okay, so just for clarity again, this what you see below us is actually Orbx through Earth. Okay, the actual ME won't run until we get to, I don't know which comes first, Denmark or whatever, you know, whichever landmass we're going to hit after the sea. Yeah, sun's bright, eh? Now, Orbx, because it's at a higher layer in your INI file, scenery packs INI, it will always take precedent. The ME will be suppressed. Now, like I showed earlier, you can actually put your ME on a leave mode. Let me show that to you again. So as I'm flying in Orbx country, I just tick the box. This way, there is nothing loaded. You see, there was no tile downloaded in this area at all. Nothing, just one single tile. And I mean, that is one little image of a bigger tile, you know, so it didn't do anything. And when we leave the coast, I can probably switch it on because over the sea it won't do anything. And then when we get close to the next landmass, I think it's Denmark, it will obviously start downloading the tiles as it needs them again. So this is a flippin' nice feature that they've got in here. So this way you don't waste internet or PC resources. You just put this thing on leave, and when you come back later, untick it, you know, when necessary, and there you go. It's, you know, it's on-off switch in the actual flight. I'm gonna make that my new desktop background. Why not? That looks really nice. Yeah, that too. But one of the things that I've picked up on, I can't say it's 100% true because I didn't really pay much attention, but what I've noticed is when you switch between maps, it automatically clears the cache folder. It's like it doesn't keep it very long, eh? So whether it's because you switch between maps or whatever the trigger is, the cache folder management actually works. And in AO, it never worked. I mean, you could set that cache size, any size you want. It would never, ever stop it. It took me 2 days, 2 working days, so like 16 hours to delete my cache folder in the week, you know, because I mean, I don't need it anymore. I had 236 gigabytes of little photos in there, and it took flipping forever to get rid of it. And in this one, I go check the cache folder, don't see anything. Then there's a bit, then there's nothing. Hello, Jet Power. Yeah, we all had that issue. It was strange, you know. So what I used to do is I used to rename the cache folder, then make a new cache folder that's empty and blank. Then I would take, you know, my sweet time, sometimes a week, just every now and then when I'm sitting at the PC, I run the delete, and then it deletes a couple, and then the next day a little bit again, the next day. But in the week, I let it run like at least 16 hours. To get rid of that thing. It's excruciatingly painful when you have to sit and that thing runs the whole time in the background. Stupid, but anyway. It's done now. It's over. Right, let's look at the situation. We're still climbing. It says we'll be at Copenhagen at 12 local, so that's an hour and 15 minutes from now. Right. think I'm going to go make myself some more coffee while it's climbing and doing its thing. I highly recommend that you guys go and make some coffee as well, and then we'll meet up again in like 10 minutes, take it further.
To level off.
I'm back.
Had to turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. I'd like to kindly ask if you are staying in your seats to keep those seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. Onboard computer showing an on-time arrival. No ATC delays either. We're going to stay quiet up here. Have you enjoy the flight and the service. Once again, welcome aboard.
Good morning, Eugene. Right, so now we're over the sea. Not much to see, unfortunately. Excellent, excellent. I have my uses. Every now and then I come up with a good plan. Sun's glaring a bit there, eh? Right, 312 nautical miles to go. I'm not muted. No, I just didn't say much. I was quickly answering some questions that I received here on my mobile. I don't think the whole world knows that I'm streaming now, you know, that there's kind of a rhythm in my life. I get the strangest people wanting to chat with me now, so they just got to wait. Anyway, it happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey. Is how little play. No, Takeoff should have been there. Interesting. He's still going to slot in behind us. 39 minutes, 44 minutes remaining. Yeah, 3 minutes after Kevin. All in all, not too bad. Ooh, look at the wind. Nice help there. David, you okay?
Yep. Just yeah, just looking at the flight, just seeing where it is.
This morning we have a rather cold morning here. We've had one or two, but it's like this is going to the marrow of the bones now. It's really cold. Has the winter actually started there by your side?
Oh yeah, it's sort of, yeah. Yeah, it's getting a bit cooler. We haven't really had sort of frosts yet. But we haven't really had them much in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Used to have them quite a bit, but yeah.
Yes, Alex, cold. Let's see. The temperature currently is 17. And the maximum predicted is 18. But let's get the feel. It feels like 8. It feels a bit chilly. It feels like I'm losing my core temperature quite a bit. I reckon you guys are more acclimatized to that kind of cold. We're not. Our homes are not built for cold. Our clothes are not made for cold. Nothing here is made for cold because the kind of, let's call it openings between the roof and the ceiling and the way it's built, single brick, there's no double glazed windows, there's nothing that really keeps heat in. You know, you almost get what's outside, kind of. And a gas heater here that we can switch on, but like all other heaters, I mean, it's cheaper than electricity, but it's a pretty penny to keep the place warm. And So I'm sitting here with, you know, lots of clothes on me to try and just keep me warm.
You wouldn't get anything like snow there, would you? Or do you?
Only in the mountains. Only in the mountains. It happens. Lesotho mountains get them. The Drakensberg mountains in KwaZulu-Natal get it. But yeah, where we are, I know of maybe 3 times, 4 times if you count the very, very small little incident where you just spew it out and then it stopped like in 5 minutes. We don't really get snow. So in all my life, in 1981, there was snow in Joburg to the point where you could actually play with it, you know, where it was like 2 centimeters thick on the ground and you could make snowballs and play with it. And then we've had 1 or 2 instances where you would stand, you would see the snowflakes come down, but as it lands on you, it just disappears. You know, there's no substance to it. Doesn't do anything more than that. And then in 2023, we had it where it was building up like about, you know, maybe an inch, but no, not even, maybe half an inch of snow, you know, like 1 centimeter thick. It was, but it disappeared so quickly. It's not worth mentioning. You know, you see and you stand there and you ooh and ah, because we don't know it. We don't, I mean, for us it's totally foreign, but it's nothing significant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's sort of similar to us. We get probably more sort of hail and sort of sleety stuff that's very wet. It's not really snow. Yeah, we've only really had the one, well, I bet just over 10 years ago we had a real heavy dump of snow down here that ended up collapsing a few buildings. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, you've got to go to the mountains to find snow.
Our one and only ski resort, unless they reopened it last year, they closed. They just said, sorry, no, we can't stay in business. There's nothing for us here anymore. And they closed after many years. It was just, no. I think the COVID thing also hit them a little bit, to be honest. It's not just the snow. But like most businesses, we all took a knock. But that was partly definitely due to lack of snow. I remember as a kid having the frost. I remember the outside taps would freeze and the hose pipes would freeze up. In all my adult life, I can't remember it ever frosting up like that. I mean, I'm not staying in the same area, so maybe it's, you know, because there we were next to a river and, you know, I don't know whether that have any consequence. But over here where we stay, yeah, we've got no frost. We don't even put bags over some of the plants, because I remember my mom and dad would used to go and they would put bags all over the plants and make sure the frost doesn't kill it and things like that.
Yeah, things like lemon trees and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They don't like frost. No.
Yeah.
Unless they're well established, but even then, you know, if
Mm.
it's a particularly hard frost, it can, yeah, just knock them
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. I can imagine, Krister. Yeah, and here by us, usually, traditionally, even last year, look, last year we used 5 9-kilogram gas bottles, where we usually only use about 3. So we went a bit overboard because it was really, that's how cold it was here last year. But in general, it's cold until about 10 a.m. Then from 10 a.m. until about 3 p.m., we've got a normal sunny day. You don't even need a jersey. It's fine. You can walk without long sleeves or anything. And then from about 3 p.m., man, as that sun starts dipping, then it starts getting cold again. And then you have the cold night. Next morning, 10 a.m., you're back to like a spring, autumn kind of a day. You know, it's not that bad during the day mostly. That's true. That's true. But in South Africa, getting the isolation, if you want to put in something like Think Pink Aerolite or something in your ceiling, and have them come and close all the little holes where the wind can possibly come in, and put in double glazed windows and things like that, it becomes so expensive. It is hell of an expensive because it's not the rule, it's the exception. You know, so you have to spend a lot of money to get your house anywhere near insulated in this place. And remember, we only build in brick. The people that build in wood, there's only certain areas in the country where you can really have wood because it will perish in the other areas. The climate just isn't made for wooden structures, you know, and it's a totally different ball game here. And if they only build a single or maybe double layer of brick, but there's still no insulation in between them, the heat just dissipates, goes away. You see, I don't think our builders here know what you're talking about even, you know, that's because it's just not how it's done here. If they want to really start building that way, they're going to have to come to you for lessons, you know, to try and figure out how it really works and what they should do. But guys here don't do that. Come on. Oh, you can. No, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, it just shows you the difference between the peoples and the continents and the way things are done. Something as simple as that could very well make you a lot of money here, you know, just by introducing something that is absolutely common to your side. You know, the guys here don't know these things. Yeah, I've got 158 nautical miles for top of descent. No worries, Tommy. Enjoy your day, eh? I'll try my best to have a safe landing. I'll talk to you later. What I'll do when I get close to that line, I'll take my ME off of the leave mode so that it can start looking for tiles and start to load a bit. Right, let me get my navigraph. Let's start setting up. To-do. We have a bit of fog. Humidity 72%, 2.6 degrees. Okay. Right. Descend down to 2000. Auto break 3. Need more than that. Right. ILS. 1095. Speeds, minimums, barrow set. Actually, barrow standby set, but you know what I mean. Okay. Right, I think we're done. We are done. There we go. And believe it or not, I switched it on like a few seconds ago, and there the tiles are downloading. It is running like crazy. Let me show you. See how it's downloading. Oh, it stopped. There we go. Start it again. See, I was right about that line, eh? Just a good guess. I mean, I didn't know any better. Just switch it on just before the line. Now I see it's busy loading, doing its thing. I really like this ME. Really nice. Yeah, and now the cloud cover makes it so we can't even really enjoy it. We'll have to wait till we are below these clouds.
Ready for descent procedure.
So top of descent is almost here.
Approach top of descent. Okay, yeah, like you said, unexpectedly. Nee. You stupid thing. Give me a second. I'm just gonna restart it quick. Give me a second. We'll use one of those saved flights. I hope the auto-save flight is not too far out. Stupid. No. Yeah. Christer, it crashed already once this morning with ART controls modified, you know. And so it lost it way longer this time. But let's just go try see if we can't get the saved flight going. The auto-save. Hope it works. So, new flight. Start with engines running. Spawn wherever. I see. I saw the article here. the same flight doesn't work, I'm definitely not going to start over. I've got some family business to take care of. My daughter needs me to take her to a friend's house and things like that. So I won't start over, but let's see if this thing works. No, I get it. I get it. I doubt it's an add-on. It's one of two things. It's either the new NVIDIA driver that's still not stable or not nice, or it's part of the weather update. They're writing something to that Vulkan layer that's causing a problem, or the way they write it, or whatever. It obviously updated the weather multiple times during the flight already, but it could be a buffer that gets full or some stupid thing. I don't know. That's nice of them, Jet Power. Hopefully we can get it going. And you know what's happened? I forgot to close this bar at the top. It's probably not going to load now. We'll have to give it a minute. If it doesn't, I have to kill the sim again. Ay. Wow. 2 weeks, that's a long time. I forgot to close that stupid bar at the top. No, let's try again. Kill it. The screen is black. So don't worry about it. It'll come back on its own. Stupid. Ay. not a great idea that it stays there so long. What's the problem? Ah, patience is a virtue, I see.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
Okay. Yes.
Acceleration altitude. Approaching transition. Transition altitude.
Oh,
Stabilize.
poor Linda is now totally
Flight
confused.
level 100. Landing lights switches off. Positive rate.
Shame.
Thousand to level off. 1000 to level off. 1000 to level off.
I'm messing with it, obviously, now a little bit. Hope it's now. Okay, now. Fast asleep again. It's a bit drag. That's it. it's complaining about the flight plan again. Right, we're on profile. Now we can relax. Okay, thank goodness for a safe flight. Oh, okay, thank you, appreciate that. Downloading now, there you go. I'll say no. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. I'd love to have a read through it, see what they say. Yeah. In the active sky with the radar, it looks like we're flying into a bit of a storm here. It's all yellow, almost orange, and then red, and lots of blue and green. Hello, Guran. So I just quickly ran and grabbed another long sleeve shirt quickly because it's really getting cold. Me sitting still like this now here, I need some extra warmth.
Copenhagen traffic Skymatix VA Flight T8, downwind, runway 22 left, Skymatix VA Flight T8. Copenhagen traffic Skymatix VA 6, indicated runway 22 left, 10 Bravo 4.
Okay, so I'm back online and should pop up on the map just now. Now I'm right in front of Anthony.
Copenhagen traffic Skymatix VA Flight T8, expecting ILS approach runway 22 left, Skymatix VA Flight T8.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
Maxi Bravo 6, crossing runway 30 at Copenhagen.
Approaching transition. Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Skymatix 052, established ILS 2 to left, number 2.
Copenhagen traffic, Skymatix 049, established on ILS 2 to left on time, Skymatix 049.
1000 to level off.
Radio altimeter.
Copenhagen traffic, Skymatix 049, landing on runway 22 light, Skymatix 049. Copenhagen traffic, schematic 049, runway 22 left, vacated at Bravo for schematic 049.
And Copenhagen traffic, schematics 052, short final, runway 22 left.
Copenhagen traffic, schematic 049, taxi to gate Delta 4 via Bravo in Romeo, schematic 049.
Ready for landing checklist.
David, if you land and I'm behind you, I'll call out, but I think you should make it without me interfering. Otherwise, just roll out. I'm on auto brake full, so I'll stop very quickly just to make sure not to drive into you.
Cool, no worries.
Right, there's the glide slope coming in now. No, Ghost Gaming, that's not going to happen. Not landing gear up, I promise you. All right.
And Copenhagen traffic, schematic 052, vacated runway 22 left.
Nico was asleep. Never pressed the approach button. Might as well fly down now.
Copenhagen traffic, schematic 049, crossing runway 30, schematic 049.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Yeah, I
prepare for
forgot,
landing.
Christer. Never pressed that button. Dive, dive, dive. Drifting off a little bit as well.
1,000.
Copenhagen traffic, Skymatix 001, short finals, runway 22 left. David, I presume you're off when I look at where your little label is.
Yeah, I'm off. Yep, definitely off.
At the runway, okay.
Clear to land runway 22 left.
Hello, Gilbert. Oh, the 17 wind, 17 knot wind is playing up on me a bit, yeah.
300. Approaching decision
I a
height.
bit.
200. Minimums.
Think rate.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
80 knots. Throttle hold. Speed brake up.
Yes.
Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. Right. Have to get off so Anthony can land.
60 knots.
Runway vacated, Skymatix 001. Kom maar, Anthony, kom maar.
On taxiway. Yeah. On taxiway. Great landing.
For my trying sake, let's just get over this line. See. After landing procedure. After landing procedure. Linda.
After landing procedure.
Yeah, not too bad. It worked out well at the end.
After landing procedure complete.
That is actually nice and exciting.
Flaps up and set.
And it's landed as well now. That means we're all here. We made it. I think this is just default. So if you made the default one, then it's yours. Yeah, it's a nice long taxi. I'm not sure if Flight Tampa updated the scenery, but I don't think I loaded this. So this is just default. Then it is excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not even trying. I gave up on that company totally. That's it. That's exactly the problem. And it's not as if they appear to care, they just don't care. So we leave them to it, no problem.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Right. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Yeah, so this also, it really looks very nice, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I know.
Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown checklist.
Thanks, Ghost Gaming. I'll have to go have a look there then. Not sure when last I updated mine. Yeah, you told us before. Must be amazing, man. Must be so nice. There's Kevin back. All right, there we go. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us and supporting us. And I hope you have a good and wonderful rest of your Saturday. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have fun. Bye-bye.